Pull the lever, Kronk! Wrong lever.
Oh, that's a good way to start things off.
That is a great way to start
I really
things
hope
off.
the mic is on.
Well,
unlike that one time where we had to start over because people claimed they couldn't hear things.
Oh, I know. Pull the lever, Kronk! Wait, I just gave Yzma like a British accent. Does she have a British accent?
I don't know.
Kind of?
Let's go double check some stuff and things. I did not miss it because we are currently live. I hate the fact that I have to do this because I'm so paranoid. Like I see motion on the chitter chatter,
And the Twitter twatter. And the chitter chatter.
but I'm so worried every time.
Yeah, sorry guys, we're all over here trying to social media-ize this nonsense. You know what I mean? Make sure people are watching it. 0 viewers. Killing it out here.
Hey. Well, this shows that we're live, so.
Yeah.
Yes, obviously.
And that is a ad on our current channel. I
Yeah.
hate when I do that. Start it up and it's an ad. You guys are gonna hear an ad like 3 different times.
Done.
Come on. Yep.
Okay, cool. We are live and
Leave evil.
yeah.
Sorry, got a little backwards there.
Okay. So
And then.
and then
Oh, and then.
So it's September, Cody.
I know.
You know what that means?
Spooky season.
Spooky time! It's time for Ooker Spookers.
I get more excited about this time of year than I do like Christmas and shit.
Yeah, I feel it.
It goes spooky season, Thanksgiving, because fuck ton of food.
Uh-huh.
And
Christmas?
then my birthday.
Oh,
And then probably New Year's. And then probably Christmas.
really? Christmas under all that?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you like New Year's better than Christmas?
Because it's more fun.
Is it?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Go out and I get drunk.
Oh, I mean, I guess.
It's kind of hard to do that around my family. I'm pretty sure if I showed up to Christmas drunk, my family would be like, "The fuck."
Where's the fucking eggnog, Grandma? That's me.
Honestly, my grandma's probably the one most likely to pull out the eggnog.
Ooh,
Like,
nice.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had like eggnog with alcohol in it.
You. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
I didn't realize there was eggnog without alcohol in it. So that speaks
Fair enough.
volumes as to my eggnog.
Fair enough. Okay.
Oh god, I
Wow.
can't see.
You good?
Yeah.
You surviving over there?
Yeah.
Contacts getting to you?
Yeah.
Okay,
It
well,
just sucks because they're brand new.
so spooky season, right? So
Spooks it to ya.
it's all about Halloween now, bitches. So Halloween decorations are coming out. I'm wearing my Jason Voorhees shirt on purpose because it's the first of spooky time on our podcast. Cody's over here putting his old man eye drops in.
And I'm wearing a gray shirt because I plan on going to the gym after this.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, I'm gonna go with you, but like, I had to, you know.
I just
Well,
didn't want to
it's
change
time.
afterwards.
That's fair. That makes sense.
Plus, I wear spooky shit all year round, so.
I mean, so do I, but like,
Get on my level!
thanks. Every single time we've been on this, it's something fucked up, weird, and black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about it.
So let's tell this story real quick, okay? This hat has been through hell. So the other night,
Sunday night.
was the karaoke competition that you've all heard about if you've listened to this
The
before.
finals.
It was the actual finals. So this fucking thing lasted forever.
Yeah.
Like, it took hours and hours and hours out of our lives that were so unnecessary.
Started at 9.
And then the first round.
First round didn't until 1.
Yeah. And I didn't make it to the second round, which is okay. There was 28 singers and they cut it down to like 8 or 10.
10.
Something like that.
I think it was 10.
And it's cool. I didn't win any money, but it was fun while it lasted.
Those fucking 10 had an hour to finish up.
Yeah, insane. But me being me, when I do my karaoke, when I do my performances, I don't do it like I'm doing karaoke. I do it like I'm like at a concert for zillions of people. I was running around this entire bar and the mic kept cutting out, so that's one thing.
Yeah. Which doesn't make sense because the dude in the beginning literally took the mic around the entire building and it was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
No problems.
And then I'm out here running around doing my song, trying to like get the crowd hyped up, and my mic's cutting out, so that kind of sucked. Yeah. Which might be part of the reason that...
I'm thinking that's part of the reason.
Maybe they thought
honestly, because...
Maybe they thought I forgot words or something.
Yeah. But anybody who was actually watching would realize like you were still singing and it was a technical difficulty.
Right. So halfway through my song, he had to interrupt me and swap mics.
Yeah.
So there's that. First thing I did when the song starts, I rip off my hat and I throw it. This poor hat. This is my favorite hat, by the way. And I didn't expect what happened to happen.
Despite the weather.
Right?
You didn't think of it. Despite how the weather was.
Yeah, it was windy. We had a haboob earlier that day.
Yep.
Which is a fun word. Boob. So it was like a little stormy and windy. But I throw my hat and I throw it forward. Somehow it ends up going up over this, like, keep in mind, this is a large bar. Okay?
Yes.
Like mostly outdoors. Huge patio. There's a stage set up for us to do the karaoke, and like the judges are in front of us, and the bar is like a full wraparound bar right behind them. I thought maybe my hat had went into the bar area somewhere. That's what I thought. But no, it sailed clear above the bar and on top of like this tarp canopy thing that they have.
Yeah.
Probably for sunshade.
Yeah, it's for sure because it's an outdoor bar.
Yeah, it's an outdoor bar in Arizona. In Arizona. So my hat ended up there. And it was staying there.
It's funny because the bar has a roof. Like,
yeah.
It has its own roof. And then above that roof, you then have the giant, like, canopy thing.
Uh-huh.
So it didn't even just, like, fly onto the roof of the bar, which somebody could have just got a ladder, got it down. It went up onto the like, that thing must have massively curved and just, like...
Yeah.
Astounding.
Yeah. So that happened on Sunday night. This morning, because we finally had some time off, Cody did. Cody had the morning off. Yep. He goes over to this place. And he's like, "Hey, my friend's hat is up there."
I saw it pulling up too. Like I saw it was still there, just this black spot on this giant red tarp, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like I was like, "Oh, it's still there. That's good."
So still up there, and Cody convinced management to grab a ladder and knock it down with the broom, and I now have my favorite hat back. I am not down a $30 hat.
Yeah,
which is nice.
That was one of the things I was like, this hat ain't cheap.
Yeah, it's not a cheap hat. It's one of the nicer ones.
But. And that was one of the reasons I went like right when they opened, because I was like, if I go right as they open, they're not going to be doing shit.
Right. Exactly.
Like, they can take the time to get the hat down.
Yeah.
You know.
So.
But that was an interesting story. Or an interesting moment.
Yeah, almost lost my favorite hat to karaoke. Well, dude, what is it with these karaoke nights? I break my ankle, I lose clothing. Like,
I don't know.
What's next?
I don't know. Depends on if you keep going.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little tuckered out on it for a minute. Time. Yeah, I'm gonna take a couple weeks off. I'm gonna
take a month off from my karaoke career.
Yeah. See the world. No. It was interesting though. Interesting night as far as karaoke goes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That is the hat story.
That's the hat story. Cody.
Dakota.
I was having a conversation with Hannah earlier.
Okay. No surprise there.
Right. That makes sense. I do that daily.
That's a thing.
Mm-hmm. And I want to like go back and like see how this conversation and then how this conversation started.
I want to work that into anything I can. And then
So, one of the managers at work today, she comes up to me and she's like, you know how high our sales are for the entire day? And I thought about it for a second, and I guessed, and I nailed it, like right on the head, right? And I texted Hannah, I was like, tell me why I fucking did that, you know? I expected, because you've been working there too long. She goes, because you're psychic. And I thought about it for a second, and I was like, man, I wish. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to delete that. No, I don't wish. I do not wish I was psychic. Which got us into the conversation. If given the opportunity, would you want to be? Because, like, you would.
Yes.
See,
without a doubt.
No questions asked, huh?
No questions asked.
Because the thing about psychic ability for me, the first thing I think about is being able to read other people's minds. And I wouldn't want that.
Okay. Why not?
That's the part I don't. So I think the biggest thing for me is that, like, it really depends on how secure you are as a person from the get-go. Okay? So if I'm, like, you know, in a relationship with somebody, or like a close friendship with somebody, whatever it may be, family, friends, loved ones, just the little things, like, say you couldn't filter it out, right? Say you didn't have the ability to, like, turn it on and off.
See, and that's my defense.
Yeah, exactly. What if you just heard it?
Okay, so if we're going like you have no control, then no, I wouldn't want it.
Okay.
But in my head, I just assume you learn how to control it. You have, you know, it's just like any other part of your body, you know.
You can dive in whenever
so
you want.
you could, you know, kind of turn it on and off. So if you don't want to listen to thoughts, you just, okay, like, no problem.
Yeah.
If we're talking about you have no control and you're like a prepubescent teen who can't control anything, then no, I don't want it.
Yeah.
That'd be annoying. I have enough voices in my head. I don't need other
Right? But, I mean, Hannah being Hannah, she likes to put a positive spin on everything. So I'm going to throw out, like, her side of it here, because it's interesting, and I definitely, like, see where she's coming from, and I agree with the points that she makes. It's just, I don't know that I would, like, me being me, I don't know that I would take it well. Because I don't think I'm secure enough as a person to do so.
See, and that's the thing is, like I said, when I think about it, I think of you have control of it. You can do it when you want. It comes in handy when, you know, people are down, when they're, you know, you want to help, but they won't talk to you, or, you know, even just striking up a conversation with somebody, you know, you can be like, okay, they're thinking about this right now. Let's mention that. And here we go. We're off on a conversation about what the fuck ever for hours, you know? But yes, as far as not being able to control it, like I said, that would just get annoying. And here's my other question. So you can't control it. Do you hear everybody's thoughts that's around you, or is it just if you focus on one person?
My assumption would be, like, the focus. Like, if, like, it was just like you and me talking right now, I would be able to just, like.
But, like, that's the thing.
But if, like, there's somebody in the background over here.
Yes, like, let's say we went out to eat and you're sitting in a restaurant. Do you hear everybody's thoughts around you?
Right. No. Like, my initial thing would be, like, you'd have to put some kind of focus or attention on that person.
Yes, which is a form of control. But, you know, who am I to judge?
Whatever, man.
So you can't control it, but you can.
Well, I mean, kinda. Like, if I'm not, like, if, like, you're behind me, or, like, just doing your own thing, like, in the same vicinity as me, and, like, I'm not, say I don't even know who you are, and, like, I just, like, walk by and I have no, like, reason to pay any attention to you, or any kind of thing like that, then yeah, probably not. But if I put, like, some kind of investment into whatever the relationship is, whatever it's like a friendship, or if it's just like a one-on-one, like say I'm being served by a server, like a waiter or a waitress, or somebody's taking care of me at, like, the counter at a retail spot, you know, then, like, if you're establishing any kind of connection like that, however small, you'd be able to start hearing those things.
Okay, so is it just eye contact, or?
That could be the condition. Who knows?
But that's because that's the thing is, like,
there's a lot of little things, man. It's hard.
And that's why I'm you wanted to talk about it. I'm gonna come down to every little detail.
Right.
Because once again, let's say we're sitting there and you look past me and you see some dude behind me, but he's not looking at you, but you see him. You know, in that case, do you hear his thoughts, or
and is there a distance? Is there a distance limit?
And I only ask these questions because as somebody who's watched several superhero movies and stuff like that, there are instances like that when they're learning how to use these powers that like they can't control it. So yeah, they just look at somebody and it's like all of a sudden they're hearing their thoughts kind of thing.
Yeah. So Hannah, she says, I would 10,000% want to read minds. Try lying to a bitch then. She knows all your secrets. So that's when I presented the question, like, what if you couldn't control it? What if you just heard people's thoughts and feelings and secrets without being able to filter it in any kind of way? So that's totally fine by me. I would know people's true feelings and intentions, and I could positively change my life and others too, knowing these things. I'm sure there would be a lot of negative consequences to go with it, but if you think about it more in a positive way, then it's not all bad. Which is so Hannah. She always makes things... She always tries to put the positive spin on everything. She's the optimist.
And sure. I get the whole, like, helping people.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, if you can hear their thoughts, it makes it a lot easier to help people. I know plenty of people that they don't talk to you when they're feeling depressed or sad or whatever, and so it definitely would make it a lot easier to understand what they're going through without them actually opening up. However, in the same note, let's say you do that, people who don't want to talk about their problems typically do it because it makes them uncomfortable. So in that situation, let's say you read somebody's mind, you're like, I now know your problem. Do you bring it up? Can you bring it up?
Right.
Like, because honestly, if I'm sitting there and you do it to me and you start talking to me about my problem, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to be like, what the fuck? Like, get out of my head. Like, that's not right.
Especially if you know that I have the capability.
Now, if they don't know, that's one thing, because you can kind of word it like you're guessing, like, you know. Like, what's going on? Like, oh, is it this? You know.
Did your dog die?
But
it was a bad day at work. Was it this weirdly specific thing?
Yeah. I mean, but if they know, then you can't just like bring it up. You know?
Right. Yeah. So. That's when I said, like the thing about like loved ones, I wouldn't want to like, you know, it's super tricky and it'd be like a really big burden, and I think. Like her being willing to take that on, just like I think she's stronger than I am in that sense. You know what I mean? Because I don't think I'd be able to handle it. And she says, when it comes to loved ones, if someone you love doesn't feel the same back, wouldn't you rather know? Yes, I would. Wouldn't you like to know what kinds of things they lie about? And then yes, obviously, but you know, I wouldn't want the person that I'm with, somebody that I love, to lie to me anyway. You know what I mean? Even if it hurts, wouldn't it be better not to have someone in your life who pretends to care about you? And yes, again, I completely agree with all those statements. She said, that's how I think. Or if you know someone is going to hurt someone you care about, wouldn't you want to be there to warn or protect them? Again, positive spin, using your powers for good. With great power comes great responsibility. She's out Spider-Man-ing me right now. And she says, think about the things you would gain from this power rather than what you might lose. Which I think that belongs in a book. I'm like, I definitely get it. But my thing is, I think all the smaller things would build up for me. Okay? It's like, say like in a relationship, okay? You hear your significant other, oh, he gained weight. Okay? Just that like little thing, that would get to me. Like if it like happened like a couple times, or I wish he'd leave me alone. That would suck for me. Or if we're out somewhere and your significant other sees a person that they find attractive and you hear them like think whatever they think about that person. You know what I mean? That would drive me nuts. Because again, like I'm not that secure in those things. You know what I mean?
That's my take on it, is it depends on the person.
Yeah.
For me, they gained weight. Okay. Just the mindset I'm in right now, I'm like, okay, so just more of a reason for me to keep going to the gym, keep losing weight, keep working on what I'm working on. You know, as far as I wish that they would just leave me alone, I guess Because I'm the kind of person at times, even with my significant others, there are just times that I'm like, I don't mean this in a rude way, but I just need a little me time. Like, I need to just kind of calm down, do my own thing, kind of get my head, you know, clear of everything. And then, like, you know, when I say, you know, just leave me alone, it's not like, oh, go away for 3 days and never come back until I tell you to. It's just like, give me like an hour, and then I'll come out and I'm going to talk to you and explain everything and things like that.
Yeah.
And then, again, the whole sitting in a restaurant, they see somebody they find attractive, you hear it, we're all human.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody sits in a restaurant, everybody finds at least one person that they're like, okay, well, if I wasn't in a relationship, like, you right there, everybody has these thoughts. It's what you have to understand about, you know, like being in a relationship is if it's with somebody that you truly care about, truly cares about you, that there's that connection there, the thought isn't going to ruin anything. It's not like they're going to be like, oh, like I'm going to leave you for them because I find them attractive. No, it's just a thought, right? You know? And then anybody that would do that, relationship's not worth it anyways.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about people who cheat. They're like, oh, well, you know, they have their excuses. I'm like, what's the point? If you are so, like, motivated and so willing to cheat on somebody, why be in a relationship? Be single, and you could be a hoe. You could sleep with whoever the fuck you want. Yeah. So, that's my take on those three aspects
those
of everything.
3 points?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, like, and part of me, like, there's half of me that's like, yeah, everybody's going to have those thoughts. Like, I get that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the other half of me is like, I fucking hate that, like, that would happen, you know? It's just like, I don't know. It just gets under my skin.
My thought process is, like, who's she going home with at the end of the night? You know?
And that's exactly what she said. And here's hers. Because, like, I told her, I was like, those are just the things that I wouldn't want to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I didn't have the capability of filtering it out, like, those things I just would not want going through my head. And then she goes, that's where self-improvement comes in too. You hear someone think something negative about you, such as your weight, time to fix it. Someone wants you to leave them alone, do it. Maybe then you'll start to learn some people's personal boundaries. Or you hear me think about some hot guy I saw, oh well, I'm with you, not him. You're the winner, chicken dinner. At least you can keep your thoughts to yourself when you see someone attractive. But it's totally about how you choose to information that you take in.
Yeah. I think ultimately it comes down to you as a person. You know, clearly if both of us had this same power, unwilling to filter it, you know, unable to control it, we're going to handle situations differently.
Yeah.
And it's just because of who we are, you know?
Yeah. It's like, it's such a weird question. And it's so hypothetical because...
But see, those are the fun ones.
Yeah.
I love the hypothetical questions of this would never in a billion years. I mean, they say we only use like 10% of our brain, so it could happen. But the odds of it, by the time we are ready to die, not likely, you know? So, I like the hypothetical questions. It's kind of like your whole, would you rather fuck a goat and... have nobody know or not fuck a goat and have everybody think you did.
Well, I mean...
I really hope in my life that never fucking happens. I really hope in my life everybody around me doesn't just suddenly go, Cody fucked a goat. I know it. I know it to be true. But if I had to choose, I don't care what they think. Like, you can think it. I know for myself it never happened and it never will.
Good, because I've been telling everybody that you fuck goats, so.
Cool. Are they at least hot goats?
Oh yeah, the hottest goats.
Are they the ones that do yoga?
Yeah, they're goat yoga goats.
Cool. That I'm okay with.
Yeah, so
people can think that all they want.
You have fit goats.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I like the hypotheticals. They're fun. Yeah. Especially when it involves superpowers. Somebody once asked me, like, if you could pick one superpower, what would you pick? Mm-hmm. Teleportation. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Teleportation.
Teleportation's a good one.
And they were like, where's the first place you would teleport? I was like, inside of a bank. And then I would teleport my ass the fuck out.
Bloop! There it is.
It'd be like that movie what was it called? The jumper?
Jumper, yeah.
Where they just had to like see a picture and then they could do it, and he would go into the bank, take money, and then jump back out. That would be me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know what I would want to do though? I would want to stick it to. I would want to Robin Hood that shit. You know what I mean? I would want to stick it to somebody real specific. You know?
Like Trump.
Yeah, exactly my thought process.
Be like the scene from fucking X-Men where he breaks into the White House. Nightcrawler.
Yeah, exactly like that.
All over the place.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That'd be dope. Like, say Trump has like just a safe somewhere. Just like, you know, random billion chilling. Just
Dude, you know he has to have something like that.
Yeah.
Like somewhere in one of his fucking buildings.
Yeah, offshore bank account where it's just an actual bank that only belongs to him.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'd be doing all sorts of research.
Yeah.
Dude,
So, my answer to that question is always the same as well. It's not as convenient as teleportation, but I get a lot of the same perks. Invisibility.
Okay.
Because, like, obviously I would have to, like, you know, travel at a normal rate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which is kind of why teleportation I like, because I can go wherever I want as quickly as I want. So.
Right.
But invisibility.
Yeah. On the other side of that coin, I could do these things that you're talking about, you know, hopping into a bank, just walk by everybody, run no risk of being seen. You know what I mean? Teleportation, like, you teleport into a bank vault where there's a camera, teleport out, somebody's still going to see you.
You're assuming that I'm standing there without, like, a mask and, like, everything on. Like, I'm going to be covered. Like, yeah, they'll see it happen, but they're not going to know who I am.
That's fair.
And the reverse side of things, let's say you do this. You walk in, you're invisible. First of all, your clothes go invisible with you, or do you have to be naked?
Ooh. No, I want to be naked.
And
I want to go everywhere naked.
if you are carrying around a bag, does that disappear with you, or can people see that?
You know what this calls for? Edna mode. I need to go see Edna before I do all this.
No capes.
No capes.
Yeah, just because, like, yeah, sure, people are going to see me, but I don't have to worry about trying to hide, like, a bag that I'm carrying around. Because I could literally pop in, grab a handful, pop out, be good, you know?
Set for a couple weeks.
And then I just do it again the next few weeks.
Just shaving a little bit off the top all over the place.
Yep.
It's not a bad idea.
So, I mean, that's just as far as the invisibility. Like, yeah, you can walk in. A little hard for you to walk out, though, if, like, your bags aren't invisible, you know?
Yeah.
Because there's two different spectrums of that. Yes, there is the invisible woman, but she's got the specialty suit. There's, you know, what's her name from The Incredibles? Same thing.
Yeah.
So you wear the suit, but anything extra, it either has to be a special material that
works with whatever
works just like your suit, or, you know, they're going to see this floating bag, in which case people are going to be like, the fuck? Unless you start going, ooh, as you're walking.
You know what? I would too.
That'd be the best way you could go about doing that. Like, you just grab the money, and as you're walking through the bank, you're just like, ooh, as you're like waving it around.
So good.
That'd be funny. All right, invisibility might be on my list. Just so I can fuck with people.
Yeah, exactly.
But
also, like, you know, granted you can't teleport. But, I mean, granted it's not teleportation, but like, well, I guess teleportation is better in that sense. Traveling, like if you want to travel, either way you can get it done.
Yeah.
Without paying for it.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's the thing is, I
hop on a plane or a train.
Like, if you're invisible, yeah, you can still go anywhere you want, do whatever you want, and it's not going to cost you a thing, because literally you can just walk onto a plane, nobody's going to know.
Yeah.
And then you either find an empty seat or you just stand there, you know, which either way.
Just like standing there, like in front of their legroom in first class. It's like, But
once again, I feel like if I was on a plane and I was invisible, I just start fucking with people.
oh, same.
I start taking the pillows and just like slowly pulling them up.
Stealing snacks from the snack cart, opening all the sodas.
Yep.
Just chaos. I love it.
It's just so those kind of superpowers I get.
Yeah.
Okay, people that are like, oh, I want to like, be like Iceman and make like freeze things. I'm like, what good is that? Like I got an ice machine that does the same fucking thing. It's not that special.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or people that they do I want the telepathy. Which one is reading minds, which we just talked about, and then two, the ability to move things with your mind. And once again, I'm like, what good is that? Like, you're gonna start a moving company? Like, people are gonna hire you to move their shit? I don't get it.
A telekinesis moving company.
While that would be dope,
Yeah.
I don't see the point in,
Talk about using your powers for profit. Jesus. That's it right there.
It's all about the money.
That's the move. If you could do that, for sure. Huh.
You could make a lot of money.
Yeah, right?
Imagine how many jobs you could get done in like a short amount of time.
For real.
Assuming it doesn't like strain you,
Oh, yeah.
Like you see in the movie, it's like, oh, I used it, and like, now I'm tired kind of thing.
Yeah, same thing on Stranger Things. 11, she uses her mind powers and it exhausts her.
Yeah, it beats the shit out of her, so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting. What?
Somebody offered me $45 for my glass dining table. I'm like, first of all, you're the lowest offer, so no thank you.
Man, I don't understand people that lowball so hard.
Yeah, super lowball. I have it up on OfferUp. I'm just trying to get rid of it, but I've had nobody that's like, oh, I can come pick it up.
Yeah. So let's talk about the dessert I ate last night. Okay, this is gonna be the food portion of our podcast.
A food portion that's not about going out to a place.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which
I'm starving though, so.
Hi, starving. I'm dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can eat. But after the gym.
I'm going to, yeah.
After the gym.
That's my plan is I'm going to do gym and then go
Who's
eat.
Jim?
He's this guy I met.
Okay. And then you're going to eat?
And then I'm going to eat.
Oh.
Be nice and tuck it out after that.
Okay. It reminds me of the episode of South Park I watched yesterday. They're doing... It's the episode where Butters becomes a pimp.
I don't watch a whole lot of South Park.
Okay,
I'm gonna be honest. Everybody talks about South Park and how funny it is and how great. I want to say the last time I watched South Park, like hardcore, was back when the movie came out.
Oh, damn.
So it's been a long ass fucking time.
Well, there's an episode where Butters becomes a pimp.
Okay.
And first he's just pimping out these girls in his in his school for kisses, and then actual hookers start catching on to him being a pimp, and it's just really funny. Anyway, there's a cop sting portion storyline in this episode where the cop is this dude, and he dresses as a female hooker undercover super badly, obviously, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mustache, the whole deal, right?
South Park.
Yeah. And and he has a code word, he's wearing a wire, right? And he has a code word, and he lets he's in the car with this dude, and he lets the dude do whatever to him, right? And finish and do everything, and then at the end he uses the code word so they come and arrest him. It's just the most absurd thing. And then he does it to a frat house where every dude in the frat house fucks him. And then he does the code word. He's like, it was disgusting. I can't believe these kids. Half of them didn't even use condoms. And it's the most disgusting thing. He grabs the evidence bag. He's like, give me the evidence bag. And he puts it on his butt and farts out. Yeah. All of it.
Yeah.
It fills up the evidence bag. It's the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life in a cartoon. But
see, and that's what's funny is like I can sit here and I can watch gore and just bloody horror movies. The second South Park has some dude farting out condoms into a bag, I'm just like, like I want to go through.
It wasn't condoms.
Yeah, gross. That's even worse.
Those frat boys filled them up, man. Yeah, it was nasty. But the whole like you talking about being tuckered out by Jim, reminded me of that.
Yeah.
So
I figured that's where it was coming from.
Thanks.
Yeah. Jim is not actually a guy for anybody listening.
Yeah.
I mean the gym, like where you work out, the GYM.
Yeah, we've been doing that a lot lately.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think, have we talked about that? No. Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, I'm sure we've mentioned going to the gym, but
yeah, we've been doing that a lot.
Yes, it's my fault.
Well,
which I'm okay with.
Yeah, and you know I need somebody to go with, otherwise I won't go.
Well, that's the thing is like one of the convenient parts for me coming here is the fact that it's free.
Right.
And then, once we're roommates, then it's still free.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
also
like,
free 99.
I know it's easier to go when somebody else is there because you kind of motivate each other. But
yeah.
Yep. Down. Last time I checked, 10 pounds.
Nice.
Yep.
Proud of you, man.
Gotta keep it going. I've been keeping down on my calories. Like today I had, aside from a donut, I had a bowl of cereal and then my coffee, and I got 2 egg and cheese wraps. So
yeah,
little more for my morning than usual, but I haven't had anything since.
Right.
I also just haven't been all that hungry until about 30 minutes ago.
Feel it.
So
last night I took Hannah to Tomo for the first time.
I saw. You want to know how I know?
Oh yeah,
because
she posted it.
Well, it was, I guess it was her story, not yours. But I noticed the lobster roll.
Yeah, the popcorn lobster roll.
I was like, these motherfuckers are at Tomo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And she enjoyed it. She liked it a lot.
She better.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're fighting.
Oh, snap. Speaking of fighting, I had the weirdest fucking dream last night.
It wasn't about a restaurant?
No. Okay, so there's 2 stories there, I guess.
Yeah.
So I've been having like a recurring dream, right? Kind of. So it's always in the same setting. I mean, it's like kind of the same setting, but like
it's the same setting in a different
place.
Yes.
It's always in a different restaurant. Let's just put it that way. But I'm always the server, and I'm always getting absolutely swamped. I have like 30 tables. It's insane. Like I have like a whole full restaurant packed to myself. No food is coming out because I don't have any food runners. Like I can't get to any tables in time. And then all of my point of sale systems, all my computers just go down. Like everything dies out. And then I wake up in a panic. So I think maybe that means I might be a little bit too into
your job,
my job.
Yeah.
So
I would say so because honestly, I can't say that I've ever had a like reoccurring dream. Actually, it's more of a nightmare because you wake up like in a panic.
Yeah, dude, it is a nightmare.
I can't say I've ever had a nightmare where like computers are just like all breaking down and like our systems are just shutting down and nothing works because despite how stressful my job can be at times, I mean, I still enjoy it.
Yeah, weird, so weird. Okay, so the stream I had last night, keep in mind I have no idea where the fuck any of this came from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like I understand where the restaurant one is coming from.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It makes kind of sense.
Yeah.
This one, no clue. So I was in a ring, like a fighting ring, right? And my point of view was as like a referee for a fight. I don't know if it was a boxing match or an MMA fight, something along those lines, right? Or like a fake wrestling match, like WWE. Because it seemed like one of the guys had a gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he was like this really big fat dude, and like the other guy was hitting him, and he was just like, man, this isn't, like he can't take me down, like it doesn't hurt, whatever, blah blah blah. And this dude is eating pizza and drinking beer in the ring, like as he's fighting. Okay, so this is his gimmick, right? So he actually at one point he sits down and he's just like sitting on the edge of the ring, like next to the side of it, whatever, and he's just eating, and the dude's like hitting him, and he's like, this guy sucks, whatever, blah blah blah. Keep in mind, I kept waking up like, what the fuck is going on in my head? Going back to sleep and coming back into the stream.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Okay. And then the last time I went into the dream, it's the same point. This guy sitting down eating pizza, whatever, and then I don't know if like the other dude just like fucking snapped or something, or like he actually like got something, but he bashes this dude's head in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, when I say bashes this dude's head in, I mean it took out like the whole top of his head.
Okay.
Now, when something like that happens to a person, obviously there's going to be like, you know, bodily reaction. So this dude starts like just throwing up everything everywhere, right? So it's just like projectile vomit of like beer and pizza just like all over the string. Right? But his head is like wide open on top, and inside of his head is just like the same stuff. It's not his brain, it's like beer and pizza and like all this other shit in his head, right?
Okay.
The dude that was fighting him grabbed a piece of the pizza, dunked it in his head, and ate it. Yeah.
You got some weird ass dreams.
Yeah, dude. And then I woke up, I was like, why? Why is this happening to me?
That is a weird one.
Yeah. Dude.
Maybe it just means you really want pizza and beer.
Well,
you're like, not after that dream.
No, I don't. Oh my god. It was freaky, man.
That is weird.
It's a freaky ass dream.
And it's weird that you had like the view of the ref and watched the whole thing.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know.
If anybody,
I don't even know how to break that one down to where it would make the remotest. I don't know. How it would make any sort of sense.
You're right. Man. It was so scary.
Weird.
So scary. I had another dream last night too that was like super weird, but I can't remember what it was because that one overtook everything on the weirdness level.
Dude, I think it's weird when like I have like multiple dreams in one night.
Yeah.
Like I'll wake up from one. Granted, I don't remember my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Like 10 seconds after I wake up, my dreams have just I don't remember shit.
Yeah.
The only ones I kind of remember like when I have like night terrors and like I wake up and I'm just like, what the fuck? And like during night terrors, you tend to see things when you wake up too.
Yeah.
So those have like kind of like I'll remember that because I'm like, yeah, I remember seeing just this shit floating above me kind of thing. But like dreams, I don't remember.
Yeah. Do you ever like when you're like laying in bed like crazy tired and you're not like fully asleep, have like a thought process, and then like you're like, this makes sense, and then like when you're awake, you like try to think about that thought process and what it was, mm-hmm. and just have no idea how you came to any conclusion or like how anything linked in that thought process?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've done that. Or like you're just so dead tired and you think of something and you're like, man, that'd be a really like good idea. Mm-hmm. That'd be a really smart move. Like, oh, that's something I should do. And then you go to sleep and you wake up and you're just like, what the fuck was I gonna do? Like, you don't remember at all. Like, there's not even the slightest little hint as to what you were just thinking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wonder why that is.
I don't know. So, have you started watching it?
I haven't started watching it.
Okay.
I have not.
We are going to talk about it a little.
Okay.
Because I know you're super excited.
I'm mad hyped.
But that is one thing I thought we could do. We could hit the gym, go get food, come back here and start watching it.
Okay.
Because I want to watch it again. I want to keep watching it.
Okay.
But you seem super upset that I told you I watched one episode. So I will. Dark Crystal.
Yes.
Is out on Netflix.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Did I tell you about the text I got that morning?
No.
My sister texted me the morning it came out, Friday, and was like, hey, I don't know if you know, but there's a Dark Crystal series on Netflix, and it's like super freaky.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I've been geeking out about this for like 6 months, thanks.
I'm already on top of it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
No, I just want to mention it because, like I said, I watched one episode. I think you're really going to enjoy it.
No.
After watching, like, I watched the movie probably, I don't know, a week ago.
Yeah.
Because it was on Netflix. getting myself prepared. Watching this, what's funny is it's the same quality, but it's better quality. If that makes sense.
Yeah, because they still do it with like puppets and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
so he is still doing. They still do the whole thing in puppets, but the make of the puppets so much better. Like you can tell that we've clearly had advancements in this puppet making industry.
Yeah, for sure.
Because all the characters just look super clean.
Like, and not only puppetry, but like animatronics too.
Yeah,
got to be involved somewhere.
Because what are the name of the like crow looking ones?
Oh, the Skeksis.
Yeah, I can't speak, dude.
Skeksis.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that. You can say it. I'm not going to.
Okay.
There are some that have like their beaks have like details on them, and they're really clear details, and like you can tell like they were carved out, and it's really good looking. And it's the same like feel too, which I really like.
Yeah.
Like you can tell that it's puppetry. You can tell that it's, that all this stuff was made and it's not just being CGI'd onto there kind of thing. Like I'm sure there's certain scenes where if you look hard enough, like you could be like, oh, well that seems a little too deep for them to make that. They probably just green screened it real quick and stuff like that. But as far as like the front ground of everything and just the way that they move and all that, I'm really excited. So we're gonna have to watch that.
Yeah. And you know what? Like I was talking about this with Hannah, like when we watched the movie, because we watched the movie a couple weeks ago too, to prepare for this, and like these physical things exist somewhere. You know what I mean? Like these costumes, these puppets, these crazy characters, like they actually physically made them. Yeah. And I think that's really cool. They don't just exist on a hard drive somewhere, like as a digital piece of work. Yeah. This is actually like a 6-7 foot fucked up skeleton bird thing that they built. Yeah. And like control with strings and pulleys and movements, and that's a different level of craftsmanship that we don't see anymore. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I think that's also one of the reasons that I like Tim Burton so much. Like a lot of his stuff is the claymation where they physically move them. Yeah. Frame by frame, and just that's why Nightmare Before Christmas is always going to be one of my favorites. Obviously. I mean, plus it's great to sing along to. Yeah. But just sitting there like watching it, and he's got, if you search on YouTube for Tim Burton, he's got something on there, I forget what it's called, but it's another like short film that he did. It's about, I'd say 10 minutes long, about a little boy who wants to be just this spooky character, and it's all done the same way, and I love watching it. Like it'll pop into my head and I'm like, I'm gonna go watch that kind of thing. It's like the movies, you're like, oh man, I want to watch this even though it's a short film. Gotcha. But I do like that. I can respect the amount of time and effort and work that have gone into things like that. Yeah. And the fact that somebody did sit there and have to make all these characters is just awesome.
Yeah. I mean, granted, like I'm not trying to take anything away from CGI work, because it's it's come a long way, and it's its own monster. You know what I mean? It's just different. Yes.
My thing though is CGI and understanding the tech side of things takes a lot less time. Yeah. I mean, it really does, because like these characters, like I said, like with the beaks and everything, somebody had to sit there and like etch out this design on each one of those, Somebody had to mold these costumes together. Somebody had to sew all this stuff together. CGI, while impressive, most of the time it's, okay, we're going to put somebody in a suit with a bunch of balls all over it that can be detected. I know you want to laugh. But this person's going to move in that way, and then we're just going to go into the computer, mock up this 3D character, and it's good to go. Yeah. So while impressive, I feel like it doesn't take quite as much time. No. So.
Just CGI is getting more and more real looking. Yeah. That's what it is.
Well, yeah, and the fact that they can take, a photo of somebody and
recreate that person. Yeah.
Make them look younger, make them look older, and then just stick it on that person again within a film,
right,
and make them look that way is crazy,
right? Like,
you know,
like what they did that with Robert Downey Jr. In Age of Ultron. No, it was after that.
It's the one where he's showing his
it's Civil War. It's the beginning of Civil War.
Yeah. Yeah, they all just kind of mesh together.
Yeah.
I know what scene you're talking about, where he's like back.
It's his young
memories,
self. Yeah. So there's that, and then this new movie with Will Smith that's coming out too, where he they clone him, and he's like made to be this assassin, and he's like sent in time to kill himself.
Yeah.
And like it's a younger version of him, and it just looks like him when he was in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, it's definitely come a long way with that stuff. It's wild.
But yes, I'm super excited for you to watch it because after just watching the one episode, I like the way that they did it.
Yeah.
They definitely stuck to the movie. It's just a better quality.
Good.
So
Good. Super hyped
should be
about
fun.
You finally saw Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark
Yes, I did.
and enjoyed it.
Yep.
Good.
Even as somebody who has not read the books, even as somebody who went in having no idea what to expect, except for obviously what you've told me.
Right.
But like the creatures themselves, things like that, I didn't know what to expect. It was good. You told me that they took a character like straight out of the book. Was it the one from the Red Room?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I've gone to Barnes and Noble and I saw him, so I like kind of flipped through and I remember seeing like pictures, and that character was one of them. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is the character he was talking about. Like looks exactly like it. Like the hair is just all like wet and thin and just
gross looking. Yeah.
What's funny is like that scene, to me in my head, like as an adult, I'm like, okay, when is this gonna like get kind of scary, and like when are they gonna jump the, you know, do the jump scare and stuff like that. And that scene just kind of, it played out the way it did, and I was like, wow, okay, well. And that's what's funny to me is that in itself is its own form of like being scared or spooky. It's like sitting there going, okay, when's it gonna come? Like you're preparing yourself for some sort of jump scare, and then when it never happens, you're just like, okay, well, I was waiting to be scared and now I'm not, kind of thing. So I thought that was interesting.
Dude, just like now I can talk about like that one specific kill without giving it away. My favorite, like I thought it was so creative in the way they did it because it was gory without being gory. So the first kill in the movie is a scarecrow comes to life, and he stabs this kid through like the chest with a pitchfork. Yeah. Right. And normally, like you get this, you know, oh my god, you know, blood on the shirt, and then blood starts coming out of the mouth, and then, you know, this person's dead.
Yeah.
In this, stabs him through with the pitchfork, pulls it out, and hay starts like coming out of his mouth and out of his eyes and ears and like growing on his skin and like out of like every like orifice of his body, the wound, and he's like turning into a scarecrow, and it was just so freaking brutal looking. Yeah, because like with the way that they did it, I could just like imagine how painful it must have been, like, and dry and itchy and like just sharp. And because like me, I also worked in I worked for a landscaping company where we baled hay and like delivered it to farms, so I know how much hay sucks too. And it was just like so well done, so creepy, so freaky, and I love the way that they did that. Yeah. It was really cool.
See, I like that kill because, like I said, I've never read the books. Yeah. And I like that kill because he gets stabbed and he starts spitting out this hay, and I instantly knew he was turning into a scarecrow. Like, they portrayed that really well. I knew before the scene was over, I was like, this kid is turning into a scarecrow. Like, that's what's happening. See, I didn't know that because I didn't read the books, but I could tell because the movie portrayed it really well.
Right. They told the stories without assuming that like everybody had known them before or seen them before. Yeah. That's good.
And then like I really like the big toe because so scary movies, especially ones with lots of jump scares, like you can kind of tell when the jump scare is going to happen. Yeah. They have kind of this window of like, okay, this is enough suspense. Let's
Boom,
make it happen.
There it is, yeah.
So the big toe one to me was really cool because he runs away, does the typical like, hey, let's hide under the bed, like the spooky thing's coming to get me. And then when it doesn't come in, he crawls out from under the bed about halfway, and he starts looking around, and they're doing the cuts to kind of freak you out, like you're expecting something to be standing there.
Yeah.
So that kind of like builds it up, and then he turns over and like leans over the bed and is kind of looking, and you're expecting something there. Yeah. And like it's this build up and build up and build up, and just when you think something's gonna happen, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like they waited a little extra, which I thought was fucking brilliant, because these kind of movies, like you can typically tell when it's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Like you just know it's coming. And I like that because what it did to like me included and everybody in the theater is you go, okay, like it's just not there.
Right.
And then suddenly like
you get a false sense of security.
Yeah. Suddenly as soon as like you calm down, boom, he gets sucked in, like screams, something grabs him, like
yeah.
It was crazy and I loved it because
it was cool.
It's rare that you see movies do that.
Right. It was cool. And we're talking about a kids movie, mind you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
it's rated PG-13.
Yeah.
Which was one of the things that
you just gotta hand it, like you know, it was like a lot of the fact that Del Toro had a hand in it.
Yeah.
He's just fucking great.
Yeah.
Two things. There's a new Terminator movie coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Beating a dead horse?
Like Sylvester Stallone.
Oh my god, right?
He's doing another Rambo.
Yeah, another Rambo movie. And then he's probably going to do another Rocky movie after that. But are you ready to get hype? Mm-hmm. You ready to get hype? Now, I know we don't put a lot of stock in what these things say. But I kind of trust Rotten Tomatoes ratings a lot, you know what I mean? Like, I put a little bit of faith in what they have to say. It Chapter 2, which comes out on Friday.
Yep.
85% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's a solid.
See, and that's what's funny is, like, Rotten Tomatoes, to me, when they give it, like, a solid rating, I can trust it. Mm-hmm. But there have been some movies, in my experience, where they give them, like, the shittiest fucking rating, but when I see it, I actually enjoy the movies. I don't know if it's because I go in just expecting it to be shit.
Yeah.
And it kind of takes me by surprise, or if it's just at times with their movies, they just have the wrong people rate them, you know? 85 for Chapter 2. Okay. Yeah, that is solid.
Solid.
I'm hyped as fuck to see it.
Me too, man. So excited.
Yep.
This is interesting. I don't know how real this is, but Eva Longoria will direct a movie called Flamin' Hot. A story behind the invention of Flamin' Hot Cheetos. You're welcome. So that's the thing. So all you Flamin' Hot Cheetos fans out there, Hannah, I'm looking at you. We're gonna get a movie about them. I wonder how interesting was the creation of Flamin' Hot Cheetos that you can make a movie out of it?
Or how desperate are we for new movies?
Right?
Like ideas. Original ideas.
Yeah.
That we have to go, Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Let's make a movie.
Right?
Like that's my big thing is like we're running out of original ideas, and that's why we're seeing new Terminators, we're seeing new Rambos, we're seeing all these
remakes and
7, 8, 9 of movies that came out years ago.
Fast and Furious.
That one though we knew, like that one, I think it was even before Paul Walker died. We knew.
Oh yeah.
They were cleared and set up to do 10 at the very least, and that was before Paul Walker died. Because I remember like everybody was like, "Oh, now that he's gone, like how are the continuation's gonna work out?"
So, me being so naive, of course you already knew about it. So apparently it's about the guy who had nothing and became a millionaire because it was his idea for the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Huh.
So did he just go to Cheetos and was like, "Hey,
I guess we'll find out, man.
I got a brilliant idea"? Because if that's the case, I'm about to come up with some stupid ass snack ideas and just go to a bunch of different companies.
Well, I mean, well, hey, Flamin' Hot's not stupid.
It's not stupid now.
But that maybe that's why they hold the Lay's potato chips like flavor contests every year.
Possible. Could be.
Goodness gracious.
Oh.
She says Google it. Okay, babe, I'll Google it. He was
so demanding.
She says he was like a janitor or something. Huh. Interesting.
Still. If that's how easy it is to make billions, dude, I'm going to some snacks.
That man has got to be creator of flamingos. Flaming hot Cheetos. Here we go. Richard Montañez. Even longer will direct Flamin' Hot, a movie about the creator of Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Flamin' Hot tells the story of Richard Montañez, who rose from a janitor to PepsiCo executive after inventing the spicy version of the snack. For real.
PepsiCo executive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, PepsiCo owns, like, all these, like...
And I understand that, but, like... I guess I'm curious as to how that works. So he was a janitor. He goes in. He's like, hey, here's this great idea. Did they just go, okay, now you're hired. You work for us. Did he keep doing that? Just coming up with these new flavors, and then they made him eventually a co-executive, or?
I don't know. Again, I guess we'll have to watch the movie and find out. Damn. See? Now we got sucked in, man. Now we're invested in this movie called Flamin' Hot about Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Now we care way too much about a topic.
What year did Flamin' Hot Cheetos become a thing? When were Flaming Hot Cheetos released? Okay. What the hell? What year did Hot Cheetos come out? 1992? It's been that long?
Wow.
Wow, dude. I was a year old when Flamin' Hot Cheetos came out.
I was 4.
Wow. Huh.
They must have sat under the radar for an extremely long time.
Yeah.
Because, like, growing up, I don't remember eating them.
Me neither.
It was all about them puffy Cheetos.
Yeah, man. Cheese puffs. Cheesy poofs.
Are you one of those people that takes the puffy ones and you put them in your mouth and you let it dissolve into nothing? Or do you eat them?
I haven't had a cheese puff in so long that I don't remember how I eat them.
Oh. I'm one of those people, like, I'll put it in my mouth and I just let it, like, dissolve and then I eat it. Or, like, just swallow.
Yeah.
It's the best and only way to eat them. If you chew your cheese puffs, you're doing it wrong, man.
Gross. I don't know, man. Like, every time I think about cheese puffs, I just think about that, like, giant bucket of cheese balls that they sell at every supermarket. And I'm just like, man, that's America right there.
Yeah, that would last you, like, 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Just those in a box of Twinkies, man. America.
America. God, I'm hungry.
Me too. Me too. But I want something slightly healthier than cheese puffs and a box of Twinkies.
Yeah. I could go for, like, a salad. Like a good salad, not like a, hey, let me go to Jack in the Box and get a...
No, dude.
Although, not gonna lie, Jack in the Box, late at night, their salads are actually worth it.
Really?
Like, when like, the legit salad places are closed,
right,
I won't knock Jack in the Box.
My favorite salad place is definitely Wildflower.
Really?
Yes. They have a salmon Caesar that has mushrooms and capers in it.
I think I've had Wildflower, and if I did, it was like years ago.
Yeah, that's my favorite spot if I want to get a salad.
There's it's called like Noodles Company down on Bell. That one's really good. I think honestly Panera is just too expensive.
Yeah, Wildflower is along the same lines as Panera.
Yeah, so Panera to me, like, to get a good sized salad is way too much.
Yeah.
Like,
I like Panera if I'm doing like a half sandwich and a salad.
see, and that's usually what I get is the mix and match, like,
yeah,
the sandwich and salad, or like the sandwich and soup, or like
Dude,
that's usually the route that I go.
Nothing on this planet like a fucking good ass grilled cheese and tomato soup. Nothing.
Which coincidentally enough is the only time I can eat tomato soup.
Yeah.
I don't understand people that will eat it by itself. Like, to me, to taste tomato soup without grilled cheese is just fucking weird. Like, I don't understand it.
So, I think tomato soup is made a lot of different ways. You have like just straight up tomato soup, which I don't enjoy by itself either. But then you have like different kinds that are more hearty, and they have like other things in them, like the one at work. We have a tomato feta soup, which has the feta cheese in it, and that makes it like thicker and more hearty, and like I think it's better by itself that way.
Yeah,
and then you have like tomato soups with like different spins on them. Like you're gonna have like, I don't know, like a pesto, or like something that has like more of a pizza taste, and then more of a pasta sauce taste, and you know, like you can like do different kinds of things to like tomato paste and tomato soup to make it like a completely different flavor.
You're getting way too fancy with your tomato soup.
I know, but it's great. Like it's cool because like it's really like multi-dimensional. You can do so many different things with it. I don't know, man. I like food.
I like food too, but I guess I'm just basic.
Tomato fat. Dude, that being said, like I think my favorite soup of all time is still gonna be like tortilla soup. Love tortilla soup.
I would probably agree. That's actually really good. That's what I started eating when I originally started with the low calories, because I was like, it's just a bowl of soup, that's all I'm gonna eat. Like I'm no longer getting big meals at work, things like that.
Right.
And it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it.
And like even like if you're making it at home, like there's a lot of like really cheap ways to just have soup at home, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's the Campbell's and the Progresso and like all that have like the low sodium, low calorie, like this portion, you know?
Yeah.
And they're not bad. It's really easy.
What I think is funny is the fact that we have like those like pre-sorted salad packets that have the salad, and then they have, you get your bacon crumbles and your slices of ham and things like that. I don't understand that, because they're like $5 a piece. And I'm like, for the price of this, I could buy
all the things to make this.
The Caesar salad kit, bacon crumbles, some eggs,
and some like lunch meat.
Ham. Yeah, like you can buy all this stuff for basically the same price.
Yes, you probably end up spending $7 buying all those things and make like 5 of those salads.
And that's the other thing, is even if you do spend more, it's only a little bit, and you can make multiple salads.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny. Like, people are buying these pre-made bowls because we're just so lazy that we're just like, oh, here it is, like, done.
Yeah.
I don't know. Which is funny, because I don't cook. I'm trying to. I don't cook, so... Yeah. And even I'm not so bad that I'm like, oh, I'm going to spend this money when I could just spend this and make my own.
Yeah.
America.
You know what I want to do? I want to get some eggs, and I want to make deviled eggs. I love deviled eggs.
Those are my favorite.
Dude, I make a mean-ass deviled egg.
My stepmom knows, like, Thanksgiving to make several trays, because she knows I'm probably going to eat one tray by myself. Like, I fucking love deviled eggs.
That's me too.
That, and it's macaroni salad. Like, macaroni salad, that is another thing. Anytime she makes it, she'll send me a text.
Yeah.
She'll be like, here it is. I'll be like, all right, put some aside for me. Make sure they don't eat it all, because I have 4 siblings.
Yeah.
You know, like, they come and go through the house. My dad's there, you know. I'm like, make sure they don't take all this.
It's funny, like, my family, we don't have, like, a lot of, like, recipes or anything that, like, my family, like, really cooks. There's 3. Or... There are 4 that I can think of right off the top of my head. Okay, I know you know one. My mom's lasagna.
Oh yeah,
because when my mom visited us a few years ago, and she bought me a shitload of kitchen stuff.
Yeah,
including the crock pot I loved using. She made her homemade, like, damn near from scratch lasagna. The only thing that's not from scratch is the pasta itself.
Yeah.
And she made 2 big ones, And we had it in the fridge for like a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And my mom makes the best fucking lasagna ever. It's
That was like
so good.
all we ate.
Yeah. And there was never a problem with it either.
Yeah, no. I wasn't complaining.
No. And then it's my grandmother's recipe, and my mom makes it now too. It's a macaroni tuna salad.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking good. And they'll make it by like the vat, the giant ass pot of it. And they know if I'm coming through, they better put at least a third of that pot aside. And that's like a lot of fucking pasta.
Yeah.
It's just like a mountain of macaroni tuna salad, and it's so fucking good. It's one of my favorites. Another thing that my grandmother used to make that I haven't had in years, she used to make these like sweet Asian chicken wings that were really good. She hasn't made them in a very long time though. She used to make like the glaze from scratch. Mm-hmm. Really good. And then my stepdad cooks a lot. Mm-hmm. A lot. And it's a lot of like traditional like Mexican dishes.
Yeah.
Is what he cooks. But he'll make literally a fucking insane meal out of nothing, and it's great. But he makes a jambalaya now. Mm-hmm. He'll buy the sausage, he'll buy the shrimp, he'll buy the chicken, and he'll he'll make the chicken stock and cook the rice in it, and and he has like all the different like veggies and meats that he like makes it all together, and it's like always so fucking spicy and crazy good. And we always have like the biggest fucking loaf of like cheesy garlic bread with it too. Oh, it's so good.
My stomach's making noise.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It makes me want to go like, man.
So since we're talking family recipes, like the macaroni salad is probably one my stepmom makes that like I said, anytime she makes it, she lets me know. One thing I haven't had or made in a while is my grandma and my mom both make them. They are essentially chocolate oatmeal cookies, but it's not like an oatmeal cookie with chocolate chips in it. It's literally like oatmeal. They are, I believe they're called ovenless oatmeal cookies.
Oh, they're no bakes.
Yes, no bakes.
Nice.
So it is a oatmeal cookie covered in chocolate. Like, they're sweet as shit. Mm-hmm. And I don't have a big sweet tooth, but these cookies, I could sit there and probably eat 5 of them before I'm just like, all right, I should stop.
Yep.
Like, they're so good. I don't know.
I love no bakes.
I don't know where they got the recipe. I imagine it's probably not a family thing. Could have been one of those like, oh, my grandma found it on a packet and just saved it because she handwritten it herself so that she'd never lose it.
Right.
But they're so good.
Yep.
And then like my stepdad, he cooks a lot too. It's one of the reasons my mom, she's like, yeah, I married a cooker because I don't cook. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. But I remember there was one time.
Your mom listens to this.
Yeah. She'll admit it. She tells me that all the time. She's like, yeah, I married him because he cooks. That's not the only reason, but I remember there was one time I went over there. That was back when they lived here. They had a pool, so we were hanging out by the pool. And he bought and grilled up some oysters. Dude, they were so good.
Nice, dude.
I love oysters, and they were like still in the shell. Like, he had the fucking sauce and everything. Like,
you grilled them, huh?
Yeah, he put them on the grill to like cook them, and they were so good. Huh. It was delicious. I remember because he did it with, like, he had that, and then he was grilling like fish and some corn too. So.
Because you usually eat oysters raw, right?
Well, yes and no. I mean, you can, but in this situation, we didn't. No.
Huh. Because like I've only ever seen oysters eaten raw with like Tabasco sauce.
Yeah. Yeah, he had some sort of sweet sauce.
Ooh.
And then, like I said, he had them on the grill for a little bit, kind of just to warm them up and stuff. But yeah, it's really good.
I fucking love seafood.
So hungry. Me too. I really wish there was a place to get like good, cheap seafood around here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
we're landlocked, so
yeah,
it doesn't happen.
Like even Long John Silver's.
Dude, all the Long John Silver's in the area are like shutting down.
I know. The only one that I can think of
Right here on Northern.
is it's mixed with like a KFC or something.
It's mixed with a Taco Bell.
Or a Taco Bell, yeah. So, like, what's funny about that place is, like, growing up, me, my mom, my grandma, because we lived with my grandma at the time, mom was going to school, all that good stuff. We would ride to the Long John Silver's that was, like, a couple miles away.
Yeah.
And I just remember, like, it wasn't the greatest seafood, but it was worth it. You know? Like, I would eat it.
Yeah, it's still fast food, yeah, but yeah.
You get the fish with the little fucking, they're balls. I don't remember what they were called.
Hush puppies, man.
Hush puppies, yes.
Actually, Georgie introduced me to a spot out here, a fish and chip spot, Pete's Fish and Chips in downtown
I think it's a bit
Glendale.
too hyped, honestly.
Yeah?
I've had it.
I don't mind it. It's a lot of... See, the thing about seafood is I'm not a big fried seafood fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm getting seafood, I want like... I want grilled salmon. I want sauteed mussels. You know what I mean? I don't want just like a piece of fried fish. Like I want sushi. I want sashimi.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like there's definitely two completely different sides of fish.
Yeah.
You know, you've got your fried stuff, which is typically your cheaper stuff. It's just a quick go-to.
Haddock and tilapia.
I wanna go through the drive-through, bring it home, and eat it with some fucking tartar sauce, or
I like cocktail sauce.
Yeah, see, everybody's different. I like tartar sauce. And then there's the grilled salmons, the sashimi, which I'm a huge fan of. Like I just talking about it, I get mouth watered. The best, still to this day, and I've not had it since. We went to Osso for my birthday. It's probably
30 years ago.
No, it was either this year or last year. We went to Osso for my birthday, and my stepdad ordered, I guess it was last year because they were still in town.
Yeah.
So it was last year. My stepdad ordered a wide-eyed tuna.
Okay.
Like sashimi.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. The best fish, like the best sashimi I've ever had in my life. I haven't had it since because every time I go to Osso, they either don't have it or I forget. But it's the best like raw fish I've ever had. It tastes so good.
Huh.
It haunts my dreams. Like,
I've never been to Osso. So
how have you never been to Osso?
I don't know, man.
Fuck?
Like you know I love sushi.
Yeah.
You know I love sushi. I didn't start eating sushi until I moved out here.
So, Osso, while they have the fish, the sushi, things like that, Osso is more known for the fact that they're that kind of place where they cook in front of you. I forget what it's called. Yeah. So they have like you sit around the grill.
Hibachi.
Yes, that. And your cook will come out after you've like placed your orders and everything, and they literally cook everything in front of you. So they're more known for making meals of chicken, rice, things like that. But they do have sushi, they do have some sashimi, things like that. And that's why I ended up getting the wide-eyed tuna, and oh my god, so good. Like, so good.
Yeah, I've never been to Osso. But like,
it's definitely worth it. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
It is definitely like a special occasion kind of thing, which is typically why I only go birthdays, things like that. But it's definitely worth it.
Got you. Yeah. That's a fun fact. I didn't start eating sushi until I was like 22, 23.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Although I guess,
because like back east, like it wasn't sushi that was popular. It was lobster.
Yeah.
You're gonna have lobster. You're gonna have mussels. You're gonna have clams. You're gonna have clam strips. You're gonna have like all that kind of seafood. Down south, like out here, this is where sushi is popular.
yeah.
It's different. It's a different seafood scene.
Yeah.
For
Which,
sure.
I mean, I guess if I think about it, I didn't start eating sushi until I was about 21, 22. Just because, like, throughout high school, things like that, and nobody really ate it. It wasn't really big either.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I started dating this girl at the time, and she went with her friend and was like, hey, come with us. I was like, I don't eat sushi. Like, I don't, I was like, I've never had it. I don't know if it's any good. And so she brought me with. I had sushi, and I was like, dude, yes. Like, this is my shit.
And game over.
Yeah, I was like, so now it's my favorite thing.
Yeah, so good.
If I play that game, like, you're stuck on an island and you can only eat, like, one basically genre.
Well, I mean, if you're on an island, then you're right there. Like, it's perfect.
Well, not only is it perfect, but I'm just like, I pick sushi every time.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. That's a good way to play it.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you're on an island too, like, you know, there should be a good supply.
Well, and that's the thing is, again, it's the hypothetical thing. This is just assuming, like, you don't catch your own food.
Right,
you know,
right.
Oh, you get airdropped your food every day, and you can only pick one type of food. I'm still going with sushi.
Yeah.
Like, I'll have sushi for days, you know?
Yeah.
So. Oh, man.
We talked about a lot of food today.
We're both extremely hungry, I can tell.
Yeah.
My stomach is growling.
I had burger sliders for breakfast. Yeah, no. I feel like I'm going to poop myself while I'm running on the treadmill.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Probably.
But I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to let it fly.
God, please don't. I've had to go through that with my dog.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to clean up your shit, too.
I'll clean up my own. Yeah. How's Bellis doing?
She's better.
Good.
No accidents today, so...
Good.
I gave her a little... Because I went and... they think it was the food.
Mm-hmm.
And so... I went and bought her old food. Like, we're still going to give Jackson the Purina one or whatever.
Just get rid of it, yeah.
But I bought her old food, which was a salmon-based...
Yeah.
I think it's called Beneful or something like that.
Uh-huh.
I gave her a cup of that today, and she didn't have any problems. So I think her stomach settled, and we're going to stay away from Purina 1.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
For all you dog lovers out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like, she's older, so she does have a sensitive stomach.
Right.
But,
And
which
she's
is
probably so used to the one food that she eats.
Yeah, which is...
I mean?
Well, because I used to feed her chicken, but I switched to salmon because I know it's better on the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been feeding her the Beneful. Well, then we ended up getting the Purina 1 just because they didn't have it at Fry's. I didn't pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, screw it. It's still salmon. Like, so I gave it to her, but then she had all these issues, and
Yeah.
I felt bad. I'm tired of waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to clean up the explosive diarrhea.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
not fun. Well, I'm glad she's better.
Yes, much. I am too, because I worry about her.
Oh, we probably have to go to Hot Topic after this too.
Oh, really?
Let me go eat. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was in there earlier. So.
I know, but I want to buy those pins.
Oh, right. Yeah. They had a bunch of the Venom ones.
Okay.
A bunch.
Okay.
The only one was the Spider-Man.
Okay.
That
well,
one.
I want the Venom one more anyway.
Okay. Yeah, they had a shit ton of those ones.
Cool.
So the Spider-Man was the only one I was like, it might not be there, but
Yeah.
if it is, then...
For those of you who don't know, I collect lapel pins and enamel pins, and yeah.
Speaking of Hot Topic, I found the 1-year one that I got
Oh, nice.
today that I didn't get, but somebody left, and so I just took it because I thought it looked cool. But I found it and I put it on my corkboard,
Nice.
which
Yeah.
I then took down
Fun.
since I'll be moving.
Fun fact, we both used to work for Hot Topic. As if we didn't look the part enough, right? Yeah. I don't have anything else, man. We literally talked for an hour and a half about food.
I don't think we talked an hour and a half for food.
No.
We talked a lot of superpowers.
too.
Things like that.
Yeah.
But
that was good. It was a good time. Well, I've got nothing else. So,
gym time and food.
yeah.
And apparently Hot Topic.
Yeah. Gym, food, Hot Topic. So,
Probably in that order too. Unless you want to go to Hot Topic first, get food, come back here for Dark Crystal.
that might work.
Because we could just pick up the food. So. Okay.
So I had to cardi it. All right. Well,
Twitters.
yeah. Twitter.
Zang Podcast.
Zang Podcast.
As always. The Cody Monster. Your Twitter is Dakotasaurus.
Yep. So
Instagram's irrelevant, so
yeah, nobody really listens to us off Instagram. So thanks for watching, the 2 viewers I watched, and we'll catch you next week.
Hey, this has been fun, okay?
It has been fun.
It's not about the viewers. It is. It is about you guys. Hey, you have a great night.